What up, everybody? Tommy started out Power Book 4 Season 2 playing with fire all the way from episode 1 when he met his new plug sister, Mireya, and started flirting with her. When Diamond walked in and saw that, Diamond warned Tommy and said the graveyard is filled with guys who made the same mistake. But Tommy assured Diamond that was the last thing on his mind. But for Tommy, it must have been love at first sight or something, because Tommy decided he was going to try love again with Mireya. But the more Tommy would pursue Mireya, Mireya would even warn Tommy that if you knew what was best for you, you would stay far away. But Tommy had no fear for Miguel. He was determined to keep pursuing Mireya. Then after giving Mireya driving lessons one day, she warned him again, "My brother is dangerous." But Tommy's reply to Mireya was, "So am I." Then after Mireya thought Tommy was killed at the Crimson Projects, she showed up at Tommy's loft and the two hooked up for the first time. Then that night, Tommy had a dream, and none other than Holly Weaver showed up to him in this dream, noticeably pregnant. She told Tommy that he can't have both worlds, something very similar to what Tommy told Tariq in Ghost Season 3. This could be a clue that either Mireya was dead at the time Tommy went to New York and had that conversation with Tariq, or Miguel still had her locked away somewhere and he doesn't know what happened to her. But Holly also told Tommy during that dream that everything you touch, you destroy, something that has also been echoed by his mother, Kate. And she told Tommy that he was going to hurt Mireya also. But Tommy wasn't having it. He told Holly that he thinks he loves Mireya. And at that moment, Holly disappeared and Tommy was sitting there between the map and Mireya, possibly indicating that Tommy would have to choose between love and the game. And if he refused to choose, unfortunately, the choice would be made for him. Also, I addressed this briefly yesterday, something I wanted to bring back up again today. A big deal has been made over the past several years that Tommy wears nothing but all black all the time. But it wasn't always like this. This happened after either Lakeisha or Holly died. I'm not sure which one because I have to go back and check. But I know one thing for sure though, that after that night in that dream, the all black trend was over with. Of course, that still is his color of choice, but he had been wearing some other colors as well. But this also indicates that Tommy had begun finally going through the healing process with Mireya. But the next day, after Tommy and Mireya hooked up for the first time, before they could even get out of bed, Miguel was banging at Tommy's door. Not because he knew about the two, but asking Tommy's advice about how to handle the Serbs. But still, the situation hit way too close to home for Mireya. She had been in a relationship with one of Miguel's partners named Carlos before. And when Miguel found out about the two, he killed him. But again, Tommy assured Mireya that everything would be all right. Also, it was around this time when Jannar got the picture of Tommy and Mireya kissing. And Shanti convinced Jannar not to send the picture to Miguel immediately, but at just the right time. Then Tommy found out about Che's daughter's quinceañera through Mireya and showed up to introduce himself to Che. Mireya was furious about this and stormed out the party. She again warned Tommy that he was playing with fire, but this time she warned Tommy that if Miguel finds out about them, he would kill them both. And Tommy has bought him and Mireya flex plane tickets to Barcelona, Mireya's dream location, and told Mireya that he had only one more piece of business to handle and they would leave. At one point during this conversation, Mireya told Tommy that she wishes that she could stay in Barcelona forever. But Tommy replied to Mireya that he's always going to come back to the streets, that she should know that about him by now. And Mireya said that she did. And before leaving for the final time, Tommy and Mireya told each other, "I love you." But Tommy wasn't able to get a hold of Mireya for the rest of the episode until at the very end we find out that Jannard had sent the picture to Miguel. Now that CBI is the connect, hoping Miguel would kill Tommy. But prior to this, Che made Tommy and Miguel shake hands and promise there will be no more violence or retaliatory BS. So Miguel made the only move he could make. He did something to his own sister. He either killed her or is holding her prisoner somewhere. When Tommy got the call and found out that Miguel had did something to Mireya, he ended season 2 with a scream just like Ghost at the end of season 5 after Tommy killed Angela when he tried to shoot Ghost. But Tommy's best move in this situation would have been to keep his cool and not let Miguel see him sweat. Tommy could have told Miguel, "I'm a player, Miguel. That's your sister, your own flesh and blood. You got to live with that if you do something to her." This would have flipped the tables on Miguel and taken any leverage he thought he had on Tommy away from him. Then Tommy would have been able to orchestrate a plan to retaliate and try to rescue Mireya without Miguel expecting anything. But I guess Tommy is too deep in love and reacted purely on his emotions. Now keep in mind how I just finished talking about how Tommy was beginning to change and how Mireya was helping Tommy to heal. Well, Miguel just opened up an old wound, so I expect Tommy to go on demon time, something like we've never seen him before. I expect him to take out the pain from Holly, Lakeisha, and Mireya all in season 3 because Tommy was never able to get revenge for Holly, obviously, but went through a serious depression. And Tommy has not been able to get revenge for Lakeisha either, because he went to kill Tasha for the first time, but ended up letting her live, saying that her kids deserve better. And Tommy knew deep down Lakeisha was a snitch. That's why he told Mireya Lakeisha wasn't built for the life. Also, one question to ask is, will Tommy go back to using the powder in season 3? Will Tommy reap what he sowed, giving Kate that bag of coke and causing her to relapse again? Tommy has done real good staying clean since he's been in Chicago because he knows that is a weakness. And now he's all on his own. But one thing about Tommy, when he gets on the powder, is when he turns all the way up and kills people without even blinking an eye. And we've already seen the old Diamond slowly coming back. If the old Tommy is back, what will these two's chemistry be like? Before this even happened, Tommy had already started feeling himself and acting like he was a CBI shot caller and Diamond was just his number 2. And this was these two's final conversation of the season. Now also keep in mind that Diamond doesn't even know that Tommy was in a relationship with Mireya in the first place. So when he sees Tommy breaking down emotionally, possibly high on cocaine, he's not even going to know what's going on. And will Tommy even tell Diamond what's going on to begin with? Diamond's patience with Tommy is already wearing thin. First because of Vic Flynn, then with D-Mac returning back home and killing Mad Dog. Now when Diamond finds out that Tommy done been in a relationship with Mireya after he told Tommy to stay away from her, he's gonna be pissed off. But my big question is, will Tommy be willing to throw everything he has worked so hard for all of season 2 in becoming the connect in Chicago in order to save Mireya and seek revenge against Miguel? Because in a normal situation, he could just turn to Che and say Miguel is back on his retaliatory BS. He took my girl and either killed her or is holding her hostage somewhere. And this would be enough to get the green light to retaliate against Miguel, especially because he is the weaker side. But this situation is messy because Mireya is also Miguel's sister. So because of that, I don't know if Tommy will even be willing to bring this to Che. But personally, I'm thinking if Tommy did go on demon time and take out Miguel and the Insane Prince gang, he ties Che's hands anyway. Because at that point, CBI would be Che's only distro. So what is he going to do? Cut his own money supply to find a new Chicago distro? But however it goes down, I'm expecting to see the darkest side of Tommy Egan so far. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.